Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back yet again to A News. I know you've missed us. You've also missed you a lot, Charlie. It's not easy, Charlie. A lot has been going on since the school reopened and all that. But finally, we are back. Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome back to our first podcast for the semester. Now, this year and this semester, you're called different levels. What you are saying, as you can see, we had our first introduction where we had the interview session with the first years, and upon popular request, but must say you interview or giddy. So I decided, and the board, I sat down with the NEC of A News, the National Executive Committee of A News, and it's now I know a emergency meeting and no deliberate meeting. It's now now. If this is going to be of nice appearance, then let us do what the audience wants. We want to tear our faces. You have to say tear. So today we are inviting, I'm going to co-anchor the news with our freshest reporter, Miss Mami Achi. Our beautiful most ever. Yes, height difference. Hello. A typical height difference. A blend of mixture. What you say? So welcome back, Miss Mami Achi. What's up? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Are you?
Yeah.
Your first anchor. What is the anticipation? What's the
I don't know. Let's end it. Let's see how it happens.
So enough of the chit chat. Let's get straight into our stories for today. What do you have for today?
We have the Utag strike, the Kenya story, and then the World War III.
Okay, so let us just stop talking plenty and get straight into the news. So in our first news today, we have Utag strike story. I'm going to explain the whole thing to you. What actually has been going on so far. Today's going to be more of education for you people to understand what exactly is going on. So Utag strike, first bulletin.
Okay, so on 10 January, the Utag decided to go on strike after their last problem was not solved to their satisfaction. And then it was not being so alarming until the third or fourth week when NEC realized that if they don't call off the strike, schools will have to close down. So then the NLC called them, sent them to court. Yeah, and then when they went to court, the court decided to tell them to fix issues between themselves, ask them to go back and talk to each other, settle things like level-headed people. Oh, yeah, level-headed.
I like that. They will come for you. Utag will come for you. You are calling your lecture level-headed.
Oh, but they are. So that's why the court.
From this one, you didn't hear it from me.
No, they are level-headed. That's why the court asked them to go and do it. See, because we have solved the issue itself. But I realized that
the girl is smart.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Yeah. So after the court asked them to go and sort things out. Level-headed people.
Hey, but that's what level-headed do.
The NLC called Utag for a meeting,
okay,
so they can discuss them. Manual. But Utag is very stubborn. They said they will not do.
Hey, I'm also 24/7.
They said they will not do.
So they didn't go for the meeting.
They didn't go. So the Minister of Education had to come in.
Okay.
And then he came in.
Oh, right.
And
then
two times he came in, and then 2 times the discussions were unfruitful.
Hey.
Then the PEC had to come in, the parliamentary what?
Education committee.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
the PEC had to come in, and then their conversation seemed quite fruitful. Like they felt like the Utag is agreeing to what they are saying. Then they came out quickly, very fast. To say that
their horse ran fast. To
say that the Utag have agreed to call off the strike. And the Utag said that no, we've not done that. How can you talk for us?
Interesting.
How can you just come and be saying things for us like that? That's when Prof Jampo came in.
Okay.
Prof Jampo, the mighty man.
a man of many,
Our
many,
father,
many, many.
the father of Utag.
Sir, a man of many, let me father.
He came to say that.
So you want to quote?
Yeah, let me quote.
Oh, okay.
He said that. Note this. No politician can call up the Utag strike. No sponsored propagandistic media reportage can pressurize anyone.
Hey, bro.
Only members can rescind their decision after they are convinced.
Hey.
If they do, they will communicate.
Nini na interesting.
He doesn't agree.
They
have to just. We don't agree.
Oh. And all kind of propagandistic, stick, you don't agree stick.
NBS English.
Hey.
And then yes, so then
who came? No one came again.
They had to go back to court again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you tell?
Okay, so they went to court from there, and this had been the third court case, because after they had gone for the 2 times, they had told them to go and settle their issues. And now on the 3rd time, the court just decided to grant NLC's case to them. The first one, though, which was for them to put no, that was the second one. The first one was to say that the strike was illegal, but then the judge decided to skip that one and then go to the second case, which he said he has placed the injunction on the strike, and then the lecturers were supposed to go back to the classrooms to go and teach. And that was the decision that was made. But then for their first case, it was dated to another time for it to be heard. Now, it was 6 days after the court had made this decision, and Utag was still not responding. Nothing was communicated yet to anyone, and then the members were still there. Lecturers were still not knowing what to do. The students were still there waiting for something. Now, we know that from the laws of Ghana, 7 days after a court has given you an order, if you decide to not do it, you'll be held contempt, and they will either arrest you or fine you. So, which is why we believe, I'm not really sure, but then we from our reportage believe that this is what purported NEC. Now, when I say NEC is the National Executive Committee of Utag. You see, there are Utag associations in almost all the public universities we have in Ghana. So, as a Knust has their Utag chapter, Legon has their Utag chapter. So, when we talk about the NEC, it's like the mother of Munina, all the national executives coming together of all the members. No, so NEC getting to the 7th day of the order, decided to call for a meeting on the 6th day in the evening. Now they said they had deliberated on the whole issue with the strike and all that. They are taking into consideration the Minister of Education meeting them, the PC, and the court order itself. And then they said prominent leaders like Kufo had to come and talk to them and all that. So they decided to have an agreement where they said they were going to suspend the strike for a maximum, an ultimatum of 2 weeks. Within these 2 weeks, the government is supposed to have a negotiation, a fruitful negotiation with them. Tasteful like hunger. Mama's helping hand. So if it was going to go in the Lele taste, then of course you're going to permanently call up the strike. But if it was going to be like the way the e-levy is going at Yenghuso and Adjust with and on the day they will come back to the strike again. So
when does that 2 weeks end?
The 2 weeks actually supposed to start when they agreed. Now they had then given the members an opportunity to vote for the decision they as NEC, as the executive body, the national executive body, have taken. Say, oh, okay, so we want to, because the court has already ordered us, say we should stop, and now we have to honor the court's order and all that. But then we would give them 2 weeks to make concessions to see if a bit fataya. But then they can't make negotiations whilst you're on strike, so we have to call the strike off. So we suspended it. And this is what you have seen so far. The votes has been, we've seen 8, as at the time we are here, we've heard of 8 people voting, of which as of now, you have some one almost say they want to agree. But all the rest are saying a strong no, notorious squeeze. They are notorious because they said no. What did I say?
Yeah.
Notorious. Yes. So that is what we have at the moment. Now I want us to educate our members on something. Dear viewers, this decision and voting they are doing, it is not for the school. This voting is for NEC, the national executives. So if your school has voted no, it doesn't mean they are not going to the classroom at the moment, because for the time being, the suspension is holding. NEC has called for a suspension of classes. That's how come even the one who have rejected it are starting their lectures on Monday, because the voting is for the NEC to look at whatever they have, the majority vote, for them to decide whether they are going to resign on their decision again and be like, oh, government, please, I'll talk to my members. They said that they won't allow for the 2-week strike to even, the suspension to even go on. So I'm sorry, I can't suspend it. Let's do something about it. So as of now, we have a temporary suspension. But then after the voting has been collated, then the majority, if they say no, then they would annul the temporary suspension, which was decided by the NEC. Then it means that classes perhaps from there would be called off. But as at the moment, there is a temporary suspension ongoing, which is stating that various universities are going back to the classroom. So viewers, don't go and say your school has voted no until they are not going for classes. About
So next is the KNUST story. KNUST. Do you know that KNUST was rated 587th in the world? And then in Africa they were rated 12.
Oh, okay.
In West Africa they were rated first. And then in Ghana too first.
I'm a young movie.
With a global score of 49.9%.
In Africa was my 49.9 first in West Africa.
49.9. They are still the best.
Hey, do you know 49.9 in Turkey, that is a pass. Second class lower, I won't come home.
But we are still the best. According to the US news, like, they should go and check it themselves. They keep bluffing and they don't want to believe, but they should check it out. So let me read it for the Legon people who don't want to believe.
The Legon is in school, I told you the mom.
Yeah.
Almost a day.
So the search from US News, best global universities. These institutions from the US and more than 90 other countries have been ranked based on 13 indicators that measure the academic research.
PH indicators for chemistry.
That measure their academic research performance and their global and regional reputations. Students can therefore use these rankings to explore higher education options that exist beyond their own country's borders, and to compare key aspects of schools like KNUST, and their research missions. These are the world's 1,750 top universities. Let me just mention the first and third. The first is Harvard, the second is MIT, and the third is Stanford University.
Oh, okay.
That's globally. Then we come to West Africa, or Africa where there's 12. It's not too bad. We'll get there someday. And then in West Africa where they're first.
Oh, okay.
Legon is not even the second in West Africa. Yeah, they should go and check. When they go and check.
They're going to get some in my car too.
I only check first positions. I would have checked for them, but you see. So
people, our reporter came home. News. Yabao. I'll stop even doing the news. She start doing it right now. Also, I'm checking first schools. If you are not first, forget about it.
And so in West Africa we're the first, and then in Ghana too we're the first. So you're gone.
Why is your target so gone?
You see, they are calling themselves the premier university. Okay, you can choose to call yourself. I can call myself first lady, but that doesn't mean that I'm sitting there. You see. So,
senior, hey, this girl, what? Hey, you be, see, hey, call her woman of shades. right, as we get nicknames today. Hey, see the trust though. So me then, Mr. Agoshan, I will take her out.
Back to the main story.
Okay. Sure.
Following the suspension decision, KNUST decided to just start on full business as soon as possible to show that they mean business. They mean to keep their position and then go higher when it gets to the continental stage.
Africa.
Yeah. 3 days after the suspension was issued, they decided to call to resume classes 3 days after.
Okay.
So they sent messages to their students to come for lectures.
Hey.
And then people thought that maybe Thursday there they'll be doing lectures are cancelled and stuff because it's just a suspension and they just want us to come to school. Serious lectures start next week or something. But people have started tests.
Tell them.
Tests, they don't even.
They are doing quizzes.
Yes, quiz.
I've actually had 4 reports myself. 2 first-year classes had a quiz, 1 second-year class, and I think 1 third-year class. They all had quizzes on the first day. Final year students did say almost 5 marks. The lecturer gave them 5 marks and then just ended the class.
Wow.
And those in the house, a car.
So those of you at home, come fast because And go and ask your mates what they've been doing because you have to catch up.
Interesting.
But you can't catch up with the marks. That one day you lost it already. So
shit,
yeah.
my nigga, shit.
And then so decide to bring up the academic calendar for this year.
Yes. So with the academic calendar, but Charlie, the way they got the true sheets for this, me, I feel yes, you can catch up with the class, but you can't catch up with the marks. It is already gone. It is. We can continue. So yes, then after that, they decide to also update the academic calendar so that it suits what they are having for the rest of the semester. Now there are major bombs thrown in the academic calendar. Charlie, bomb in ever. So now the first one is instead of having the normal 14 weeks of COS studies, this time they are doing 10 weeks. That is 1 month short.
1 month short.
1 month short of the COS studies. Again, another thing we take out from is the fact that this time they are not going to do mid-semester examinations. So it is either the lecturers themselves decide to be like, okay, so I'll just give individual, like the way they started. You people are dead. Because this year, mid-sem. So the lecturers are going to use these quizzes here, to be able to give you people marks. And it means this year, attendance to class is going to be very, very, very necessary, very essential. And then these group assignments and all that. So either the lecturers will decide to do that, or they can just say end of sem 100%, which is going to be very, very, very obnoxious, very, very dangerous. You understand? Yes. And then the next one is that they are going to now. Tech also wants to get back to the normal academic calendar they had before COVID came in to spoil the whole this thing. So they are saying that for that reason, there is not going to be a supplementary examination for this year. So it means if you trail for this year, you have to carry your trail till next year.
Wow.
Now, I'm sure people don't really understand the implication of what this means.
I don't really understand myself.
Let me explain a vivid and essential part of this to some people. Now, if you're in final year and then unfortunately you trail, or maybe you had a trail last year in third year and you didn't write it this year, thinking that about trail answer, like you didn't write it last year, thinking you write it this year, you are dead, because in final year you're not going to get a chance to write your trail paper because there'll be no supplementary exams.
Yeah.
That will mean that you have to wait for the end of next academic year, before you can go and sit down and write your paper. That's you don't know even if you pass or not. So it means if you have a trail in final year by this time, or at the end of this semester, you are going to graduate 2 years after.
When you're a grandfather.
We see Amy is major. What's in your car when you're a grandfather?
I said 2 years, you can give birth to 2.
The long effects of this whole issue is what I'm trying to actually pinpoint here, because now with what has happened, if you complete this year and you have the trail, it means you have to graduate in 2024 when you completed in 2022, Charlie. And then with the fact that there's no midsem and all that, it makes the whole semester vigorous and kind of serious. Like, I would want to actually have the students body actually comment your thoughts on what this is, how you are feeling. I feel like this is not right, because if they decide to go to their strike, who students won't hear here, then they come back and then they put such a pressure on you. What? Like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, I want to quote my friend John Paha. He said something: when two elephants fight, there's a grass that suffers. The students, what did they do?
We didn't do it. If it were you, how will you feel?
I'm very squid.
How can you tell me the story?
Can you tell me the story? So I actually want to have the students' body, please. Just let us know how you are feeling about this. How is it mentally affecting you, so that we can use these views. Now speak to. I'm also going to direct this to the various leaders on campus, be it SRC, be it Utag, be it Knust. You people should come in and do something about this whole academic kind of stuff, especially in KNUST. I don't think it sounds right. It is really, really not nice. I mean, how? Charlie, let us know how you feel about this, and let's push this together, alright? We are here to advocate for everyone. Everyone needs to be treated fairly, because
we need chances. Like, if you don't pass in quizzes, you have to gather the morale in the midterm and pass it. How can...
Hey, mommy, I'll buy you. Now, trend.
World War III incoming.
Ladies and gentlemen, can your boyfriend explain the World War III incoming? Or the Lord is my shepherd?
How can I count in
Hey, Mamiache, show them something.
Okay, so the World War III will erupt gradually if Ukraine and Russia don't stop their stuff. You see, Ukraine and Russia are like parties. Yeah, that's relationship wise like Ghana and Nigeria.
Ghana and Nigeria Jollof Challenge. That one here, challenge.
And then location wise, their neighboring countries like Ghana and Togo. And then we can just walk out of Ghana right into Togo. So Ukraine is trying to join the NATO that has been organized by the US, that's headed by the US.
And then US is heading the NATO.
US and Russia are sworn enemies. So I think the Russians feel threatened by the fact that people that they are close to are going to join the USA. So the president is trying to stop them.
Putin.
Yeah, he's trying to stop them. And
that man is serious.
Yeah, it's like the two countries are being stubborn. This one doesn't want to stop. This one wants this one to stop. So they are trying to put threats to them, starting with the invasion to the military sites. Yeah, they're not necessarily targeting the civilians. They are targeting the military sites. So that's
Charlie, can your girlfriend can?
I see my own, she no fit.
That's one a cameraman. Girl, no, we couldn't care them. Yes,
okay, so so they are targeting them and then trying to make it serve as a warning. Stop, or else we'll do this. And then I think that Africa is getting involved.
Yes, I had the UN Security Council, which has 3 African countries on it. That's Ghana, Ivory Coast, and Kenya. As I heard they're trying to say certain things.
They're trying to I think they're trying to convince the Russian president to
more convincing Putin. I heard he has actually brought a response, and his response is quite historical. Huge. Or say they should go and solve their hunger issues. You have not eaten this morning. He said they should go and solve their hunger issues before they come.
But a hungry man is an angry man, so we can use that anger to fight. We can use that anger to fight.
Fight and go. Ghana is trying to tell Russia they are ready for the war.
With God. The battle is
unless God. Hey, I saw Ghana being ready for the war. Viewers, let's look at these few pictures. Yes. Safo Kantanka is our leader. This is Ghana getting ready for Russia. See, I'm sure right now Putin is looking at this and he's shaking. Putin was doing something.
You know, just after the machine, Kowechi, after the Unina, like the machine would you just talk and the machine would do. That is where we for it.
Okay, I said Kowechi. But then they said Kantaga has actually made a machine that when you start clapping, then they start shooting.
Yeah, so this one.
Oh, then we are ready.
Virtual reality.
Ghana is ready.
Very much.
Putin, me, I'm not ready. She says she's ready. She's going to come here. Please come over. Target her alone, we beg. But on a serious note, the whole war is actually bringing a lot of crisis as usual. Now the economical state of the world market is actually, I don't know if I would say it's being positive at the moment. It is positive because now instead of the oil prices to have risen, we can say it is being maintained. Either it is maintaining or it is reducing, because by now they can say oil is shooting up my petrol cut there 10 cities, but at least it's still being stable. So we can say that's a positive benefit of the whole war. But then along the line, it is gradually going to spoil a lot of things. I mean, war is war, and this is not something we. But then, me
worry you. They should stop the war. Have to marry first. Have to chop life. You see another way. He has married. He has children. What Barbara? Me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Well, I believe so. This is the trend on the whole World War III incoming. We pray. We actually pray because we don't want to have Russia going to their allies, North Korea, China, them to come in. And what not some because Ukraine is going to call USA and then the other people. So let's just pray that they solve it like the way Utag and NLC solved it amicably.
Yes.
Out of court. They don't have to go and bring any other distance for the whole thing to escalate. Also, why put in a cell. Allow sister Mamiache. Please let us put it here. She's single. Hey, sorry, she's not single. We've engaged her to one of our boys. Please, she's not single anymore. Hey, your father will see you too.
I'm very single.
Ladies and gentlemen,